Hello and welcome back to the D3 Energy live stream. This is Greg Davis, founder of D3 Energy, and I appreciate you coming back and spending a few minutes with me today. So today I wanted to talk about services and the availability of services in boom times in conventional versus unconventional oil and gas. So as many of you know, oil prices are up now. Since the bottom, we're up almost, 50, 60%, and over the past several months, we're up about $10 a barrel for WTI, and that's great. And there's a lot of optimism and a lot of excitement. And there is a lot more activity happening right now in oil and gas drilling, predominantly in unconventional resources. So as I've been sharing, unconventional resources means going in and drilling into a shale formation. So it requires drilling a well, and then once you drilled that well, it requires pressure pumping or hydraulic fracturing. So it requires a rig, and then it requires fracking services. Well, because of the downturn over the past several years, a lot of the labor force, a lot of the people working in the oil and gas business, predominantly working in the resource plays, especially in the fracking services, they left the business. So now that the boom is starting to come back on, and I'm a bit hesitant to call it a boom, but it looks like it is another resurgence or mini boom, if you will, and we'll see how prices hold up. But now there is a shortage of services to essentially drill horizontal wells and to frack those wells. So difficulty in getting wells completed. And so there's a backlog, and a lot of that has to do with because there is a labor shortage. So one of the things that I wanted to point out is, and as I've been talking about, is conventional oil and gas drilling predominantly is a vertical well. So we're drilling vertical wells into a conventional formation. And in some cases, we are drilling a horizontal well into one of those conventional formations, but it doesn't require all the pressure pumping or frac services. Pressure pumping is what it's called in our business, to break open that rock. And if it does require a horizontal well, usually that well can be completed, and a much lesser stimulation will be applied to that formation. So those services are not in demand. And even when the business is, in a boom time, which again, we're starting to see that there are vertical rigs that are available. And these wells don't need the incredible horsepower that a resource well would require, and thus those services are available. So the rigs are available, the services are available, the crews are available, because they're just easier wells to drill. The other thing I'll say is cost. So the cost to drill these wells, a vertical well, is much less than a horizontal well. So the cost is less, and we have availability of services. And with this latest run-up in prices, even though we may be headed into a boom, there is going to be, and there will continue to be, services available to drill conventional vertical wells. And so there's what I would like to call a natural hedge on service cost inflation. And so, again, very excited to see that our industry is really coming back. There's a great demand for labor. The horizontal drilling companies especially, and the fracking companies, pressure pumping companies need labor. They need skilled employees, and they're hiring again. But it means there's a backlog to get those wells drilled and completed versus conventional, where we can get out there right now and start drilling, and the cost of those services is not escalating and generally doesn't escalate. Now, if we can get a boom going in conventional, which is one of my goals, that is my hope, that people will get back and get these incredible conventional prospects drilled again, and there's more activity, then we may see a demand for services, but that'll be a great thing. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that, some more of the benefits of conventional versus unconventional. And don't get me wrong, I am all for, our industry is all for, the people that I work with in conventional, all the professionals, we're all for this in unconventional resource drilling, and boom. It's made America hydrocarbon dominant right now. We want to get conventional going again. And less costly, services are available, and even if the boom continues, which I hope it does, and I know many of us do, the services are going to be available, the costs are going to maintain that level of control, and will continue to keep making America more and more hydrocarbon dominant. Thank you very much for spending a little time with me today. I appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate those of you who are out there. Please share and help build this community. I'm getting lots of phone calls and people sending emails and questions about their great conventional oil and gas prospects and their interest in conventional. And I'm already hearing rumblings from the investment community, and more deals are getting done and activity is picking up. And there's never been a better time, especially with $60+ oil. Thank you very much. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep making America hydrocarbon dominant. Let's go conventional. Thank you very much.